Okay, asking somebody how long they believed in Santa Claus is so stupid you can't even consider it a topic suitable for idle conversation. But if you still want to know how long I believed in some old fat guy who wears a funky red suit, I can tell you this. I've never believed in him, ever. The Santa that showed up at my kindergarten Christmas festival? I knew he was fake. And I never saw Mommy kissing Santa or anything. But I have to say that even as a little kid, I knew better than to believe in some old man that only worked one day a year. Now, having said that, it wasn't until I got older that I realized aliens, time travelers, ghosts, monsters, espers, evil syndicates, and the anime/manga/fantasy flick heroes that fight said evil syndicates were also fake. Okay, I guess I always knew those things were bogus, I just didn't want to admit it. All I ever wanted was for an alien, time traveler, ghost, monster, esper, evil syndicate, or the hero that fought him to just appear and say, hey! Unfortunately, reality is a hard road indeed. Yep, you gotta admit, the laws of physics definitely puts a damper on things. I even stopped watching those TV shows about aliens and ghosts and stuff. Aliens, time travelers, espers, of course they don't exist. But a little part of me wishes that they did. I guess I've grown up and realized that I can think about those things and still accept reality. But by the time I got out of junior high, I pretty much outgrew that kind of stuff. And I guess I got used to the idea of living in an ordinary world. And just like that, I was in high school.
I hope we all have a good year together.
When I met her.
I'm Haruhi Suzumiya from East Junior High. First off, I'm not interested in ordinary people. But if any of you are aliens, time travelers, or espers, please come see me. That is all.
Is that supposed to be funny? There stood before me this amazingly beautiful girl.
Okay, next.
I bet everyone thought she was kidding. But it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't anything to laugh about. Haruhi is always dead serious. And that's how we first met. Looking back, I want to believe that it was just a coincidence. As long as Haruhi Suzumiya is sitting quietly, she's just like any other extremely beautiful high school girl. And my seat just happens to be in front of her. I mean, can you blame me for wanting to exploit this seating arrangement so I could, get to know her better? Hey, that stuff you were saying when you were introducing yourself, were you serious about all that?
What about the stuff I was saying?
Well, you know, about aliens and stuff.
Why, are you an alien or something?
Well, no, but I just...
Well, no, but you just what?
Well, I just forget it.
Then why are we even talking right now? You're wasting my time.
Later on, I found out that quite a few of my new classmates were from the same junior high as Haruhi.
Look, if you've got the hots for her, take my advice. Forget it. After being in the same class as her for 3 years, I know her pretty well. Let's just say she's what you might call beyond eccentric.
Like her introduction?
Yep. In junior high, I can't remember a day when she wasn't doing something completely wacky. You ever hear the quad scribbles incident?
No, what's that?
You know that thing that draws lines on the athletic field? What do you call that thing again? Whatever. Well, she used that thing to draw this big, mysterious symbol on the school quad. She snuck into the school grounds at night to draw it.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. I think it was in the local section of the daily newspaper. It sort of looked like a botched version of a Nazca drawing, didn't it?
So you're telling me she did this all by herself?
No doubt. And she totally admitted doing it. Oh yeah, and then one morning, I get to class early. All the desks were shoved out into the hall. Then there's the time she painted a star on the roof. And this other time when she plastered
hell's
these
she
talismans
doing?
all over the campus. You know, like the ones you use to reanimate corpses. I have no idea why. But all the same, man, she's pretty popular with the guys. She's not too hard to look at, you know? And she's freaking good at sports. And on top of that, she gets good grades. She's a super weirdo, but if she's standing there quietly, you'd never know.
Something tells me you have more to say about her.
For a while, she was going out with one joker after another. I think the longest any one guy lasted was about a week. And the guy that had the shortest relationship with her, he asked her out, she said okay, and it ended 5 minutes later.
I don't have any time to deal with ordinary humans.
And why the hell did you say okay? I mean, that's what I heard, really. I don't know why, but she never turns a guy down when he steps up to ask her out. And so, before you get any bright ideas, buddy, take my advice. Forget it.
Forget it? What's to forget when I hadn't even thought about it?
If you were me, there's only one girl in this class to go after, and that's her. Ryoko Asakura. And I'm telling you, she's in the top 3 on the freshman hottie list.
So what, are you telling us that you've already checked out all the freshman girls?
Heck yeah! I ranked them all from A to D, and I even went so far as to memorize the full names of all the A-list girls, buddy.
Really? So what ranking did Asakura get?
She gets AA+. On top of being gorgeous, I bet her personality is wonderful.
Now, all this was happening when Haruhi Suzumiya was still acting sort of normal. For that whole month, even I was feeling pretty good. However, it should be noted that bits and pieces of Haruhi eccentricities were already starting to make themselves known. Haruhi eccentricity number 1. A different hairstyle every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As the days passed, the number of places she'd tie up her hair increased. On Monday, she resets her hair and then adds a tie-off point each day until Friday. Wonder what her hair looks like on Sunday. Think I'd like to see that. Haruhi eccentricity number 2. Our PE class is separated into boys and girls. When changing into uniforms, girls use the odd-numbered classrooms and boys use the even. It didn't matter that guys were standing around. She'd just start changing out of her school uniform. To Haruhi, guys were pretty much the same as a bag of potatoes. Eccentricity number 3. It was rather irritating that Haruhi joined every team and every extracurricular club the school had to offer. Every single one of the sports clubs lobbied for her to join their respective teams, and she turned every one of them down. She changed clubs on a daily basis, depending on her mood. In the end, though, she didn't remain a member of a single one of the clubs. I mean, what the hell does she want to do anyway? And before I knew it, it was the day after the Golden Week vacation.
What's up?
Hey, and by the way,
anywhere for Golden
Kyon,
Week?
that's my nickname. And I really wish people would stop calling me that already. Oh, I guess today's Wednesday, isn't it? And with that thought, something must have snapped inside me. I can't think of any other reason why. So, do you change your hairstyle every day to ward off alien invaders? I was talking to Haruhi Suzumiya.
So when did you notice?
A while ago.
Oh, I see. Actually, I have this theory that each day of the week has its own image with a specific color that only goes with that day. And by colors, I'd say that
It
Monday's
felt almost
yellow,
like we
and
were having a
Tuesday's
real
red,
conversation
Wednesday's
for the first
definitely
time.
blue, and Thursday's green, Friday is gold, and Saturday is brown, and the color for Sunday is white.
Hey, I kind of understand what she's talking about. So, if you turn that into numbers, Monday'd be 0 and Sunday'd be 6, right?
Right.
I kind of feel that Monday's more like a 1.
I don't think anybody was asking for your opinion.
Oh, is that so?
Have I met you somewhere before, like maybe in the past, or something like that?
Not likely. Usually an event is triggered by something that's considered trivial. Well, this must have been my trigger. I was surprised that Haruhi even replied with a half-decent answer. I totally thought she'd say something like, "Shut up, loser, who cares?" I mean, you get the picture. And so, when Haruhi came to class the next day with her long hair all chopped off, I was rather disturbed by it. I mean, cutting it short like that the day after I made my comment, it's a little rash, don't you think?
Not really.
Ever since that day, talking to Haruhi right before homeroom started was becoming sort of a ritual. Is it true you've dumped every guy you've ever dated?
And just what gives you the right to ask me a question like that? I don't know about anything you've heard. Whatever, you want to believe it, it's probably true.
Well, with all that dating, wasn't there at least one guy you were even a little serious about?
Absolutely not. They all took themselves way too seriously, and not even one of those dorks was an alien, time traveler, or even an Esper.
That's how people are normally.
Okay, so what's with most of them asking me out over the phone? I mean, shouldn't important stuff like that be done face to face, not phone to phone?
Yeah, I mean, if it were me, I'll just agree with her for now. Ask her out.
Yeah, well, none of that's important anyway.
So what is?
Here's the problem. So far, the way it looks is that all the men in this entire universe are pathetic. I mean, all through junior high, that was the one thing that irritated me the most.
All right then, so what kind of guy would you have really been into? An alien or something?
Yeah, anything like an alien or something else along those lines. Anyway, as long as the person isn't an ordinary human, I don't care if it's a boy or
Hang
a
on
girl.
a sec, what's wrong with being human? I mean, why did they have to be an alien?
Because that way, life's more interesting.
Hey, Kyun! You need to tell me what kind of magic spell you're using.
What are you talking about?
I have never seen Suzumiya talk that long before, and I'm not exaggerating, man. What the hell did you say to her?
Huh. Wonder what I could have said to her. I think it was all pretty random stuff.
This is a phenomenon.
Kyun's always gone after the strange ones. The weirder, the better.
A little louder, please, so everyone can hear you.
I want to know how you did it. No matter how much I try to talk to her, I can't get Haruhi to answer any of my questions. What do you do to get her to open up? Do you have any tips for me?
No idea.
Still, I think it's a good thing. I've been sort of worried about her always being completely alone in our class. I think it's really great that she's made at least one friend here.
A friend, huh?
Well, just keep doing whatever you're doing, because maybe she'll warm up to the rest of us. I mean, since we're all in the same class, it'd be really for the best if everyone got along, and that's why I'm counting on you.
Easy for you to say.
In fact, from now on, if there's anything we need to say to her, we'll just talk to you, and you can tell her for us.
Hey, hang on a sec. What do you think I am? Am I supposed to be your spokesperson or something?
Pretty please?
Kyun, we're buddies, aren't we? We're pals, right?
Everyone's turned into an idiot. Apparently, we're changing seats. I picked a number out of a cookie tin that gave me the seat next to the window, second from the back. An awesome seat, if I may say so. Farewell, Haruhi. Forever. Coincidence? Hey, I heard you checked out all the clubs at school. Give me a heads up if you know about any interesting ones, okay?
Absolutely none.
An instant reply.
Absolutely none.
It seems that she likes to use the word absolutely a lot.
I thought things would get a little better when I got into high school, but it's the same here as it's been throughout all these mandatory school years. Maybe I'm just in the wrong school.
I sort of wonder what her criteria are.
There was a club called the Mystery Research Club.
Yeah? How was that?
It was hilarious. They told me they've never had anything they could even remotely call a case. And the members were a bunch of mystery novel otakus, definitely not master detectives.
Well, that figures.
Yeah, well, I had high hopes for the Supernatural Phenomenon Research Club, too. But that thing was just a bunch of occult freaks. What do you think of it?
I don't think about it.
Oh man, I'm so bored! With all these clubs, you'd think there'd be a couple of really strange, cool ones out there.
Listen, you can't help it if there aren't any. Besides, us normal human types, we gotta be happy with what we're given, you know what I'm saying? You could look at it this way. The people who don't like what they got are the same people who invent things and make discoveries and advance civilization. They made airplanes because they wanted to fly, and they made cars and trains because they wanted to go from place to place. It's as simple as that. The only reason that we've got all the things we have now is because a certain group of people got together and used their talent or imagination or genius or whatever to make it all possible. Ordinary people are probably better off living their ordinary little lives in an ordinary manner.
Shut up!
Perhaps it was this conversation that sparked the idea. It happened suddenly. What's wrong with you?
I got an idea!
About what?
I can't believe I didn't realize it before! It's so obvious!
What is?
If it doesn't exist, I should just make it myself!
Make what yourself?
Make a club!
I hear you, but you gotta calm down, all right?
What's with you? This is what we're talking about! You should be happier about this development!
Well, we're in the middle of class.
You're gonna help!
I feel like I'm being bullied out of my lunch money. What do you need help with?
Starting my new club, that's what!
First, tell me why I'm the one who's gotta help you set up a club that's your idea in the first place, and you can let go of the tie now.
I'll find us a room and some members, and I want you to personally handle all the paperwork
She's
that
not
needs to be
listening.
turned into the school.
Why don't you tell me what kind of club it's gonna be?
Who cares about that right now? We've gotta go make the club first. You got it? Do all that stuff before school ends today. I'll find a room for the club by then. Okie dokie?
Rules for the creation of a new extracurricular group. At least 5 members, a teacher to supervise, a name, the name of the person in charge, the purpose of the organization. There's nothing for me to do. It's all in the back of the student handbook. And I can bet money on this. Haruhi's little scheme? Nothing about it's going to contribute to making school life more creative or more fun. Of that, I'm positive.
This is going to be our new club room!
Hang on. I don't even know where we are right now.
This is the cultural department. The art club's got the art room, and the wind ensemble has got the music room, am I right? Clubs that don't need specialized classrooms like that end up in this wing of the cultural department. They call it the old building. This room's for the literary club.
So then it's the literary club's room.
Yeah, I know. But this past spring, all the senior members left. So now the club's got no members. And if nobody else joins, then that club's gonna be cut. Oh, and this girl's a new freshman member.
So, the club hasn't been cut then?
It's the same difference. Besides, she's the only one here.
But what are we gonna do with her?
She told me that she wouldn't mind it.
You sure about that?
When I saw her at lunch, I asked her if we could use the club room. She said go ahead. She doesn't really care as long as she's got a place to read. I guess some folks are just strange like that, you know?
Look who's talking.
Yuki Nagato.
Miss Nagato, was it? You understand my colleague here wants to use this room for some other type of club. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine.
You are? Okay, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna end up causing you a lot of trouble, though.
No problem.
But someday you might get kicked out of this room.
Go ahead. Well, there you have it. From now on, we're gonna meet here in this room right after school. And you better show up, mister, because if you don't, it's the death penalty.
Understood. I don't want to die.
We need to find club members. We're gonna need at least 2 more people.
What? That means you already have that literary club girl included in the head count? Does Haruhi think she comes with a room, like some kind of accessory?
Don't worry, I'll get him in no time. I got a couple leads on some random people I can bring in.
And so, the next day,
I'll meet you there!
I guess I had no choice. I found myself shuffling over to the club room. So, what you reading? Is it interesting?
Unique.
So, what part's unique?
All of it.
Huh, you really like books.
A little.
I see. Can I go home now?
Sorry about that. I'm a little late today because it took me forever to catch her.
It was another girl. A really beautiful girl.
Where am I? Why did you bring me here? Who are you people anyway? Why are you locking the door? What do you want from me?
Just be quiet. Allow me to introduce Mikuru Asahina.
So much for introductions. Where did you kidnap her from?
I didn't kidnap anyone. She came here on her own.
Same difference.
I caught this one daydreaming her brains out in the juniors classroom. During recess, I make it a point to walk every inch of the main building. I remembered seeing her around a couple of times, and, well, here she is.
So that's why I haven't seen her during recess. Unbelievable. Hang on a second. Did you say she was a junior?
Well, so what if she is?
Yeah, it's Miss Asahina, wasn't it? Why pick her of all people then?
What, are you blind? Just look at her. She's a total little cutie.
Great. Now she sounds like a pervert.
In this situation, moe is an important concept to keep in mind.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Moe! Moe! This girl's a prime example of moe. It's a rule that in stories with strange things going on, you need to have one moe character. Someone with glasses or in a maid costume or anything fetishy. It's essential. And that's just the beginning. She's tiny, but she's got bigger breasts than me. I mean, look at these things. They're immense. This is another important aspect of moe.
Indeed.
Man, these suckers are huge. It kind of pisses me off. I mean, she's so cute and her boobies are ginormous compared to mine.
What are you, an idiot?
But they're totally huge. Really? You want to feel them for yourself?
I think I'm gonna pass. So Haruhi, you brought this girl, Miss Asahina, all the way up here just because she happens to be cute, tiny, and extremely well endowed? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's right.
She truly is an idiot.
I figured what the club needs more than anything is a mascot. Mikuru, are you a member of any other school clubs right now?
The calligraphy club?
Oh, you can quit that one. It'll just get in the way of our club's activities.
What did she understand?
I'm going to quit the calligraphy club and join this one. However, I don't really know what the literary club does. Could you at least tell me that?
We're not the literary club, Mikuru.
Huh?
We're sort of borrowing this club room for now, and the group you're about to join is something that Suzumiya is going to be starting up. And so far, she hasn't figured out a name and has absolutely no idea what we're going to be doing here anyway. Oh, and by the way, the girl sitting over there reading the book is the real literary club member.
Okay, I've got it. I just figured out what we're gonna call ourselves.
Well, spit it out. May I have your attention, please? The name of the heretofore nameless startup club has just been decided, and its name is...
The SOS Brigade.
The Spreading Excitement All Over the World with Haruhi Suzumiya Brigade. The SOS Brigade for short. Yeah, it's okay to laugh now. Actually, the name should be something like Spreading Excitement All Over the World with Haruhi Suzumiya Organization. But we don't have the right to form an organization yet, and we still don't know what the point of this club is.
Brigade'll have to do then, won't it?
And with that baffling statement, the name of the club was decided. Yay. Just do whatever you want.
Next episode, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Part 2. Watch it.